Hey, what's up? It's another day, another smile, but check this shit out. I got the part back and what's this? It's on! The old one is away, so it wasn't a bad deal. It took less than an hour for the guys with the actual pneumatic press to take it off. We are good to go to put it back on the car. I'm gonna do some cleanup for all of these open places here, so and also on the car side. Also got some pins, so all the still intact ball joints will get new pins also that I broke previously. I hope these fit because I have like two different sizes, so let's get to work. Okay, so maybe one thing to mention if you're ever gonna do this by yourself. That's the one that I cut it away, so it's very important that the replacement part is the same size because otherwise it will not fit. So I measured it. This is 1 millimeter decreased in height, but I don't think that's a problem because otherwise the measurements are matching quite well, so or excellently. They are exactly the same except that this is just 1 millimeter lower. So just to mention, you can also use the old one, but like you can see it's so worn up, so I won't be using this part at all. I want to change it to this new one. There's tension in this part because the car was the other side was the other tire was basically on the ground, so there was tension. So I lifted the other side up so it would ease up, and then I'm gonna use the hydraulic jack here just to lift it up a bit so I can get it attached here. So, and also in the meantime I slipped this here already in place, so that should be a major win, but that's the hardest part here to do because all these other ones are loose parts that are easy to attach, but this together is the challenge. So I need to lift this one up so that I can attach it here and then just close it there. So let's try. Oh yes. Well, that wasn't that bad. Quite close. So now we just need to lift it down here and oh, it will settle automatically. Like a glove. I'm gonna clean these up because everything is on the rust proof and sand combination, so be right back. Looks like my hammering did some damage to the thread here, so I just need to get it rolling and then it will go, but again, new problems. I will fight it off camera, so give me a second. It's time to wrap up the day. I got so pissed, so I had to take a shower between. I damaged the thread while I was hitting it with the hammer to get it off from there, so looks like I need to order a new tie rod end, and I will need to fight to get that thread over there open, and like you can see it's not in the best shape, so it will be the next challenge. But before I can go there I need to buy the new tie rod end. That should be, it was 80 bucks ordered from the US, the part price, but I think I can find like a replacement part for 40 euros or something from the European market. The local dealers so don't somehow sell it at all, I'm confident, and if they do, the price is ridiculous. So I'm gonna go search online if I can find it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have the new part. So I eventually decided that I will still get an OEM part for the steering axles. The tie rod end that I basically broke, I didn't want to use like a cheap replacement part because the steering is quite critical component of the front axle. So if there's some problems breaking it down while you're driving it, maybe a bit harder than usually cars get to drive, then if it snaps, it basically can cause like a situation that's life-threatening. So I was looking for tuning parts. Those were a bit too expensive, but then decided to get from the local dealer the OEM tie rod end. I wasn't happy about the price, but at least it should be safe in that sense that it's made by Nissan, so should be okay from the quality perspective and should be guaranteed. So I'm not feeling bad for driving hard with the car. Hey, guess what? After 1 week, or 1.5 weeks, almost 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks. The parts are finally here, so the tie rod that fits there. This is the correct part, yay! I first got the wrong one to the wrong side, and then they had to order the right one, so that's the original OEM part. So, feeling really happy. Onwards with the project, yay! Okay, so there's some CRC on the threads. I need to clean it up a bit and let's see if it comes off. And if not, so we're gonna torch it out. I'm gonna try. I haven't ever tried it, but if it's stuck, I'm gonna give it some really good heat and try to get it open with that. I don't know if this is enough, but who knows? Let's try it first. Try and cry. Guess what? When the camera dies, the magic starts to happen. So I already got it replaced. Yay! This one wasn't that hard. I could actually twist it open. I had to give it some heat. I'm confident that my beautiful torch did the trick. It didn't even actually go to red, so I don't think that it helped that much, but at least it opened quite well. Took the tie rod end off. It was like 17 turns to take it down. It dropped, and 17 turns to put the new one in and just lock it tight. That's where we're at, so now we can continue. Finally we are making some progress, and take a look at that. The bolt is actually tied off. I'm gonna show you the old one. I actually hit it with the hammer to the head, so the thread on the top was closed. No, it's actually over there, sorry. That's it, where it's closed. So it's really hard to open it, unless you have the nut already inside the thread, so you can open it up. But now we can proceed. So that one hammer hit basically took like 2 weeks of the project time and something like 100 euros. So, well, that was an expensive hit. Don't try that at home. I actually almost made a mistake because I was gonna use the old nut. This is the one that I should be using actually. At least I noticed on time, because these old ones are pretty rusty. I think we can still use them, but the one actually that I sawed away was about to be replaced by this one. It's very important for the parts to be tightened in the correct way. This information can be found from the car-specific service manuals. You can find pretty much everything online. So it's a very good tip if you want to have it done correctly. It's not that expensive, of course. You need a few bucks to get it, and I think I have the big wrench. There's different sizes, but I have the big one. That's where you set the correct tightness, and when you turn it, it says when you're there. I'm gonna tighten the suspension parts and the nuts to the correct tightness, and then I'm gonna start building the brakes. Or attaching the brakes. They have been actually been built already. Now we're good. Like a glove. Need to move it a bit. And now the pin can be inserted actually. Getting the pin. So this way you don't basically ever over tighten it unless you want to, so it's a very good fail safe. basically using the other tire to align this one because everything should be in the same place, but usually it is not. So at least I wanna drive straight before I get to the toe adjustment, so they can check then all the camber and the caster values also at the same time, because they have like fancy laser stuff here that they use for the adjustment. So at least now it looks like it's rather straight, but we know before when we get the tire on, so I don't wanna start adjusting that one. Looks like I have to start from the brake calipers and cleaning them up, so there should be absolutely zero grease in there. So luckily my next best friend is the brake cleaner, because I use it for everything to clean it up. So I'm gonna take the grease off first. It looks professional when you're wearing gloves, so just only looks. And then there was light.